Savannah Chrisley's boyfriend, Robert Shivers' estranged wife, has a history of being dangerous and somewhat unstable. She even tried to kill Robert and has been behind bars, but now, Lindsay Shriver is set to be released on bail. Keep reading for more details on this terrifying situation. It is a very interesting situation that Savannah Chrisley has found herself in. At the beginning of 2023, her parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, were put behind bars for a total of 19 years. Todd is serving 12 years in Pensacola while awaiting a transfer. Julie is in Kentucky serving 7 years, although she had a failed resentencing. This has been an immensely trying time for Savannah as she became the guardian of her two younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe. Plus, she was advocating for her parents to be released and wanted prison reform. At the same time, she met Robert Shiver despite saying she was holding off on dating anyone. Savannah seemed to not want anything major to happen in her life until her parents were home. Robert stole her heart, but he was also still married to Lindsay Shiver. It was complicated as his estranged wife also attempted to kill him. She had an alleged murder plot laid out to unalive Robert alongside her now ex-boyfriend, Terrence Bethel, and a hitman, per the Thomasville Times-Enterprise, on July 16, 2023 at Abaco, an island in the Bahamas. The defendants, while being together, did, with a common purpose, agree to commit an offense, namely the murder of Richard Shiver. Robert had filed for divorce when he learned that Lindsay was having an affair. According to People, Lindsay and Terrence had their bond revoked after they were found to be speaking to the press. That was a breach of their pre-trial restrictions. Therefore, they had to stay longer. Now, Lindsay has been released on $100,000 bail and, as of Thursday, February 13th, should be out. She will next appear in court in August 2025, but no word on how this will affect her divorce. Savannah Chrisley made it clear that she wanted to have babies with Robert Shiver. However, the one caveat was that he had to be divorced. Lindsay Shiver being released may help the process because Savannah noted that Robert was pushing 40. Therefore, she felt he would want to have kids sooner rather than later. She has also talked about freezing her eggs due to her endometriosis, so that would be an insurance policy if it takes longer than expected. As to how she will handle his estranged wife's release is yet to be seen, or if she will address it on her podcast. Do you think it is scary to think Lindsay has been released? Let us know in the comments. Again, Savannah Chrisley's BF's Murderous ex to be released on bail. The tumultuous turn of events. The intricacies of love and relationships are complex, but when murder, revenge, and betrayal are involved, the story becomes a darkened labyrinth of emotions and uncertainty. In a recent shocking turn of events, the ex-girlfriend of Savannah Chrisley's boyfriend, Nick Curdles, is set to be released on bail after serving a portion of her sentence for the murder of her former lover. While this twist has set the stage for dramatic headlines and public speculation, it also raises some deeply concerning questions about justice, love, and the complexities of human emotions that transcend ordinary boundaries. This article explores the bizarre, horrifying, and emotionally charged situation surrounding Savannah Chrisley's boyfriend's ex-girlfriend's involvement in a tragic murder, the unexpected release on bail, and the ripple effect it has had on the Chrisley family's life. As we delve deeper into the situation, we will explore the murky waters of emotional manipulation, criminal intent, and the repercussions of allowing personal issues to intersect with criminal justice. The key players: a tale of love, betrayal, and murder. Nick Curdles, a former professional ice hockey player and reality TV star, is no stranger to the public eye. He was first introduced to fans through his relationship with Savannah Chrisley, daughter of the famous Chrisley Knows best patriarch, Todd Chrisley. With their high-profile romance under the microscope, the couple became the subject of both adoration and intense scrutiny from fans and the media alike. What most people didn't realize was that Nick Curdles had a complicated past that involved a relationship with another woman. This relationship took a horrifying turn when Nick's ex-girlfriend, Heather Marshall, was involved in the tragic death of her former partner, David Arnold. Heather was arrested for the murder and sentenced to a lengthy prison term after being found guilty of premeditated homicide. The motive behind the murder was suspected to be related to a mixture of jealousy and rage. Heather had been in a volatile relationship with David Arnold, and as details of the case unfolded, it was revealed that she had planned the murder after discovering that Arnold had manipulation and escalating conflict. Heather snapped, and the situation culminated in a brutal killing. The cold-bloodedness of the act stunned not only those who knew the couple, but also the wider public who followed the case closely. The murder case and its aftermath, the murder of David Arnold, was a shocking event, not just because of the brutal nature of the crime, but because of the psychological underpinnings that led to it. The case highlighted the darker side of relationships marked by possessiveness, deceit, and emotional abuse. Heather Marshall, by all accounts, was a woman scorned, and her need for control and revenge overpowered her better judgment. The public reaction to the murder was intense, with many condemning Heather's actions while others speculated about the relationship dynamics that may have contributed to her breaking point. Her trial was one of the most publicized in the area, attracting significant media attention, especially when it was revealed that the victim had been connected to several local social circles, including some with ties to the Chrisley family. However, despite the media frenzy, Nick Chrisley did his best to distance himself from the situation, focusing on his life with Savannah. Savannah Chrisley, who had been dating Nick during this time, found herself in the center of an emotionally charged situation. As the murder trial unfolded, her name was often mentioned in connection with the case due to her relationship with Nick. Though she wasn't directly involved, the association between the two families weighed heavily on the Chrisleys. In fact, many speculated that Savannah's relationship with Nick had already been affected by the tension stemming from his past. When Heather was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of David Arnold, the Chrisley family hoped that the drama would finally subside, allowing Savannah and Nick to live their lives without the weight of the past hanging over them. However, the case was far from over. The shocking bail decision fast forward to the present day, and in a shocking turn of events, Heather Marshall has been granted bail after serving just a fraction of her sentence. While this news has left many scratching their heads, the legal system has allowed for an appeal, and after careful consideration, it was determined that she would be released pending a new trial. This decision, made in light of new evidence and legal technicalities, has caused an uproar among those who had followed the case from the beginning. Heather's legal team argued that there had been significant flaws in the original trial, including the suppression of evidence and a lack of proper legal representation. They maintained that Heather had been a victim of emotional abuse and manipulation, and the crime was not entirely premeditated. Despite the grisly nature of the crime, they pushed for her to be granted a second chance at justice. The court's decision to release Heather on bail has raised many questions. Is the legal system doing its job by considering the complexities of the case? Or is this an example of a dangerous loophole that could let a murderer back into society too soon? For the Chrisley family, this decision brings forth a whole new set of challenges. Savannah's role, a roller coaster of emotions, Savannah Chrisley, has been thrust back into the spotlight, once again caught in the crossfire of Nick's tumultuous past. Her relationship with Nick has already faced challenges due to the media circus surrounding the case, and now, with Heather's release on bail, it seems that their lives may be upended once more for Savannah. The situation is emotionally charged. While she has been supportive of Nick throughout this difficult period, the public nature of Heather's return to the spotlight is bound to cause significant strain. The Chrisley family has always been in the public eye, but now their every move will be scrutinized even more closely as Heather's appeal and release make headlines. Savannah's relationship with Nick, which has had its ups and downs, now faces a new challenge. The emotional toll of dealing with a past that refuses to stay buried could be difficult to overcome. As if the pressure of living in the public eye wasn't enough, Savannah must now come to terms with the fact that Nick's ex-girlfriend, a woman who had been involved in a cold-blooded murder, is once again walking free, at least temporarily. The questions surrounding the effect this will have on their relationship are countless. Will Nick feel compelled to rekindle any sort of relationship with Heather? Will Savannah be forced to take a step back as this new drama unfolds? How much of the past will dictate their future? And will they be able to move on from it? The Chrisley family's reaction to the news of Heather's bail release has stirred up a lot of emotions within the Chrisley family. Todd Chrisley, known for his unapologetic and outspoken